We've got Mr. Kingsley Fanwo, the Commissioner for Information, Kogi State, joining us now to give his perspective, because all over the dailies, all over the place, yesterday, the PTF, you did hear that much, declaring Kogi a high-risk area, asking people, be careful if you have to go to Kogi State, because they say, Kogi, no testing happening, not complying, and putting the lives of people in danger. Good morning, Mr. Fanwo. Thank you for joining us today. How do you respond to what is all over the place now as a result of the PTF's submission yesterday?
Good morning, and Mr. Chamberlain, and thanks for having me. We also heard the declaration by the almighty PTF concerning Kogi State. I think as far as we are concerned, it is unacceptable, because we believe such statements are too reckless for a government agency tasked with the responsibility of ensuring public health. So it is reckless, it is irresponsible, it is unacceptable, and there are no empirical facts to support such a malicious statement by the PTF. We have a lot of ours, and let Nigerians know the true situation of things in Nigeria and in Kogi State. When they declare the case of our respected Imam from Kaba, that he had COVID-19, he was taken to Abuja, also was tested positive of COVID-19. We raised the alarm that the son had been the one running errands and buying things from the market for the father. They said it's no more the son, that it is now the sister. Unknown to them that the sister does not even live in Kogi State. She was staying in Suleja. And later, they gave the sister a clean bill of health. So all this confusion are the reasons why Kogi is not subscribing to all the games being played by the NCDC and the PTF. So to come out and make such a statement against Kogi State, as far as we are concerned, is irresponsible and very reckless, and it is not going to be accepted by the government and the good people of Kogi State.
They also quoted the governor when they said that he was quoted to have said, well, don't take the vaccine. It's there to kill us. Remember what happened in Kano. If you're going to do that, it's at your own risk. And they thought with those kind of comments that they have no choice than to warn people not to go to Kogi State.
I hope you would watch the video again. What the governor said was to advise the people. It is the choice of individuals to decide whether they want to turn. It is that of every individual. Was something that was valid. Has anybody come out to say nothing like that happened in Kano with polio vaccines by the same producer of the current vaccine that they are bandying about? Okay, even if you are complaining about vaccine, as the PTF, have they brought their vaccines to Nigeria? With all the debates, with all the contentions, with all the confusions, have they brought any vaccine to Nigeria? And you could hear one of the commentators on Sunrise this morning questioning the responsibility, fiscal responsibility of the PTF, and also questioning the humongous amount of money that they claimed to have spent on COVID-19. If Kogi is part of Nigeria, there is no doubt about that. They came to Kaba to do contact tracing. Samples were collected that were taken to Abuja. Where are the results of those samples? You said there are 5 cases in Kogi State, and for the last 1 year, you've not added any case to it. There were tests that were done. Kogi has been carrying out tests. We also have a law. We have a law in place in Kogi State. We don't test asymptomatic people. We don't just go on the street to catch anybody and say, come and test for COVID-19. As far as we are concerned, it is a waste of resources, and it is part of the maladministration of the entire process that we have been complaining about. So we are, as a state, tests are ongoing in the state. We have the best infrastructure.
Oh dear. Well, Mr. Fanwo.
For the state. When we came out to talk about the rapid test kits, because it was coming from Kogi State, NCDC and what the world is doing. So it is not true that Kogi is doing nothing about COVID-19. We know there is COVID-19. What we don't subscribe to is the commercial overnight by deceiving Nigerians to think it is a disease that is killing more than others. That is not true, and we never subscribe to that.
Okay, I mean the major part of that statement, which the governor made, was that they want to use the vaccines to introduce the disease that will kill you and us. And I'm quoting verbatim, and he ended by saying, God forbid, before he gave the Pfizer example. But, you know what, a lot of issues, really. So first, I don't think there's any state that would chase people to catch them on the streets to get them tested. Yes, they test based on people coming forward to test. Just a moment. Let me just put this to you so you can answer roundly. So no state actually goes around catching people to test. When you talk about empirical data, the PTF said categorically that Kogi State is not reporting at all. So if you say that the PTF does not have data, what data does Kogi State have? Because you have more to prove here. You're trying to say, well, there's no COVID-19 cases in the state. So how about you test a large chunk of your population to indeed show empirically that you don't have those cases? Because as it stands, you have more to prove. Have you done that?
It is not even supported by science for you to just be handpicking people and be testing them. Anyone who has shown symptoms in Kogi State has been tested by the state government and also by NCDC officials. After the face-off, when we had issues with their own protocols, because when you go to a place, when you come from a place of high risk to a place of low risk, you are expected to quarantine and also be isolated so that you also be tested to know that you are not even carrying the virus. They said no, that they will not be able to submit their officials for that. But we saw that in Wuhan a few weeks ago. And it is now a global standard that when you are moving from a place of high risk to a place of low risk, you have to submit yourself to all of these protocols. Now, they came after that face-off. They came back to Kogi State. We welcomed them. They worked with our people for 1 month. So where are the results declared for the 1 month that they worked with our people? They took a lot of samples and all that and carried out a lot of tests. Where are the results? So it means that even the data that they are giving Nigeria is unreliable because they've not come out to tell us till date that these are the samples we collected, these are the tests we've conducted on those samples, and these are the results. They have not come out to tell us that. So if the governor is saying they are trying to kill us, did they kill our people in Kano through the polio vaccine? So these are the issues. We should deal with the issues directly.
Honorable Commissioner, one of the things that was also said, which you have tried to disprove now, you may want to confirm. One of the things that the PTF had said from the very beginning is rapid testing is not as reliable as the PCR testing. I don't know if you want to very quickly respond to that on where Kogi stands on that case. And secondly, part of what the PTF said yesterday, just one moment, part of what the PTF said yesterday is that there is no testing facility, and even if you fall sick, there is no isolation center, and they don't even acknowledge that the disease exists. Are you now saying that the disease exists in Kogi?
Okay, thank you. Let me start from the rapid test kit. They said rapid test kit was not acceptable. Today, that is what is being used the world over, including NCDC and the PTF. That is what is being used. PCR is not reliable, and over 70% of the results have been discovered to be so unreliable. So everybody has gone back to the rapid test kit. And we are also using the Gene Expert machine, which is acceptable the world over, along with our rapid test kit. If they say there are no isolation centers, that's funny. Our isolation center is one of the best in the country, in Kogi State. And we are carrying out tests. And the governor never said there was no COVID-19. What he said was that we are killing our economy, we are driving fear into our people, we are commercializing the entire fight against the pandemic, and it should stop our healthcare facility, our healthcare infrastructure. And that has always been his position. So he never said there was no COVID-19. And I said it earlier, Kogi is part of Nigeria. If PTF and NCDC are saying that people should not go to Kogi State because it's a high-risk place, where is the statistics to support their claims? They don't have any statistics to support their claims. The death rate in Kogi in 2020 is less than what we have in 2019. So it is not like some people are hiding the ailments and people are dying secretly. There was nothing like that. And you will see that the last quarter of 2020, Kogi was declared as the state with the highest influx of foreign investment in the entire country. And that shows that the state is healthy, the people of the state is healthy, the state is safe.
Mr.
But
Fowle,
the statement is targeted at the economy. The statement by the PTF is
yeah, Mr. Fowle, just a moment.
We're
We're running out of time now. But, I mean, that talk about the investment, it's announcements, not actual investment. You might want to look at that data again. But on a final note, you've said that Kogi is a part of Nigeria. And you know that the president just signed the COVID-19 regulations 2021, which talks about maintaining 2 meters between persons, no more than 50 persons per gathering, no more than 50% capacity, and, of course, wearing of the face mask. Will Kogi State be enforcing the COVID-19 regulations?
I want to say that we are the first government in the country that procured a face mask in thousands and distributed to our people. Government officials personally donated towards this.
The COVID-19 regulations. I was hoping for a yes or no. Pardon me, I was hoping for a yes or no. Would you be enforcing the regulations signed by the president?
Organizations and institutions also donated face masks that we distributed. You would say that the governor signed the executive order a day to the time that the governor, as the chairman of the mobilization committee of the APC for women and children and people living with disabilities to come and join the party, he was to move around the entire country. But immediately that was signed, he needed no one to tell him that going to these places will attract crowd, and he immediately stepped that down. That is to show that he respects the constitution of the country and he respects the healthcare need of the people of the country. So there's nothing wrong with Kogi State. They are only banding the figures about to be.
Right, well, apologies there for the quality of that audio, but we do...
Able to...
Well, we have to wrap it up at this point. Unfortunately, the signal is not so clear at the moment, but we do thank you for your thoughts this morning. Kingsley Fowle is the Commissioner for Information in Kogi State.